mainstream media has brought the ideal up that many people think that 5,000 birds falling from the sky is tied to a conspiracy. The real conspiracy here is that the media is telling you it was caused by fireworks. The United States Department of Agriculture says it takes responsibility and said we came to your city and put poisons on your farms. Why was the USDA secretly putting poisons on farms without warning officials or residents of Beebe, Arkansas?
The U.S. Department of Agriculture confirms it is responsible for the controlled kill to reduce the European starling population. Township manager Ken Daly says the USDA placed seeds tainted with poison at a local farm.
Birds eat the seed and they metabolize the poison and die within about 24 hours. We've been told by USDA that the carcasses are not a danger.
The problem is, Daly says, the USDA kept the town in the dark so authorities couldn't warn neighbors who saw birds falling from the sky.
We did not receive notice of what they were going to do.
Karen Rose says poisoning does not appear to be the case.
Biologists are left scrambling to figure out why this happened. In Arkansas, 3,000 red-winged blackbirds, common grackles, and European starlings seemed to fall from the sky starting last Friday. Autopsies ruled out poisoning, but one biologist just put out a hypothesis of his own, saying the birds may have been asleep in a single tree when a washing machine-type thunderstorm sucked them up into the air, disoriented them, and then eventually fatally soaked and chilled them.
Officials will confirm their findings when they get the test results. Until then, they are given these possible scenarios: lightning, stress, high altitude hail, or startled by fireworks.
This is the only bird I have seen alive. He seems to be injured, just walking in circles and not making any sounds, and he can't fly.
We got one on the roof.
Well, we think that there's a possibility that maybe some New Year's Eve revelers in the area where the birds were roosting may have shot some fireworks off and stressed the birds to the point where they actually died.
We're talking now in the break. You think it might have literally been that they had heart attacks because they were so it was such a fright for them.
It's possible. We're going to send the birds off to 2 testing facilities where they'll do necropsies on them, and we'll find out exactly what happened. But this, it's really pointing towards that right now. It obviously could be a weather event, but we're kind of leaning the other way.
Yeah, and this was, 5,000 birds. That's a lot of birds, and they were scattered across a pretty large area as well. Can you give us a few more details? People woke up, and the birds were in their yards. That's
right. It happened just before midnight. One of our wildlife officers was actually on the scene. By the time he got there, there were still birds that were falling. It's a rural area of Arkansas, and there's a lot of blackbirds that tend to migrate around the agricultural fields in the state. And they were roosting in an area where they typically roost, and there was some people in the subdivision that were shooting some fireworks off.
Can you give us a few more details? People woke up, and the birds were in their yards.
As Daly says, the USDA kept the town in the dark so authorities couldn't warn neighbors who saw birds falling from the sky.
We did not receive notice of what they were going to.
What are people in Arkansas saying there, Keith? I mean, this is kind of weird. Two pretty strange things in 2 days.
Well, we're just waiting on the locust, I guess, to come in next.
And the birds flew up and chattered. I could hear their wings. I couldn't see anything. I turned and immediately stared at the sky. There was no lightning, no thunder, no fireworks, but another poof and whooshing sound. And then I went back inside.
The birds started falling at 11:30 p.m. Everyone knows that people wait until the New Year's countdown to start shooting their guns and fireworks. The birds continue to fall until 4 a.m. I don't think anyone was shooting off anything this late at night, and besides, if fireworks were the case, we would have birds dying every year somewhere in the United States on July the 4th. This story is not to show you how they died. There are many theories and time will tell. This story is to show you how you are lied to, misinformed, conditioned, brainwashed, and straight out treated as if you were ignorant by this mainstream media who has the investigative journalistic skills of a third grader. Instead, they fill you with fear, propaganda, and gossip. They do not report the facts, only the controversy. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you to wake up to the reality you're living in, a reality that is a lie.